Hello,
Put in the cast.
everyone. Welcome to House Rolls. Glad that you're here. I'm being punished. So, well, hello there. Are you tired of everyday life? Are you and your partner bored when you come home from the office? Has the magic grabbed its bags and walked out of your door with your joy? Well then, I have news for you. Try House Rolls on whatever platform you're watching or listening to other ungodly shows and podcasts and get lost in the absolute chaos as a couple of dorks go on adventures and experience trauma. Trademark. Yes, Michael, you must say the trademark part. Join us for a night where you can see the magic leave each other's eye. Wait, sorry, that is not correct with the words I'm speaking. Join us for a night where you can see the magic leaves others' eyes as they watch accidentally kill their betrothed, or a possible evil hag flirts with their mother-in-law. Laugh at others' pain as their souls are walked out of their bodies and possibly crashed their ships so hard that 100 years later someone will make a documentary about it. Put the magic back in your life with House Rolls. Side effects may include crying. Oh yeah,
sorry, I was gonna. Sorry. Side effects include hysteria, crying, cramps, audible gas, headache, and death.
Alright, I wasn't watching any of your faces while that was happening.
Oh, it's great. No, it's all recorded.
Great.
That was so fun.
Whew.
Can I get a mulligan? I want to redo that.
No. So
we'll do it next time.
That's all right. Welcome. Thank you so much, Ciara, for writing our little teleprompter bit for Michael. That was fabulous. Thanks for Sale popping in there at the end. And welcome to House Rolls. So, a little bit of a recap of last session. With a rather ostentatious display by the Queen and Lucian in proposing to Eleonora, the princess was granted permission to accompany the party as they traveled to Lestrange, and in doing so, foster hope and morale for the city and the kingdom. After nearly everyone being recruited in some way for the grand event, the group headed to bed after a relatively normal evening, except for August, who might have seen the image of Nadradon the Moon Reaper, an ancient white dragon in the clouds far off. Determined to take preventative measures, August warned the Queen and her brother, but after seemingly no one else saw the thing, including Chadwick, who'd been the lookout, she retired to her room, stumbling first into some kind of cursed white stone ocarina, and then a number of teeth arranged on her bed spelling hi. Still yet, nothing untoward happened to you that evening, and you all eventually went to sleep, woke up the next morning, and boarded the Surgeon, the ship that had been docked to the pirates that had previously you'd been kind of a part-time crew member for. And as the ship lifted off into the air, the bones retrieved by some unknown adventuring party that you briefly met, you found yourself leaving your bodies as Devarius reached out with his telepathic capabilities and caused some sort of rift to which you all no longer have your consciousnesses connected to your body, except for the unfortunate Snitch. After Devarius's body physically kind of creaked up and demanded connect from all of you, you all are floating there wondering what next to do. So, what will you do next?
Find out this time on House Rolls.
Sorry. as the shock of this incident slowly starts to fade from the 3 figures who have come from Devarius's body. I'm sorry, 4, if you count the owl. Daniel hops into action and will bring his fingers up to his temple as if he's about to cast a spell. And just in reaction to it, Lavian reaches out and grabs his hand and says, "No, magic got us in this mess. Maybe not the best idea, Daniel." And he shrugs him off for a minute. "Well, then, what do you want us to do?" I don't know. Is the body still moving?
The body for now is just staring at you, and it's kind of like rubbing its arm in this almost like whatever is controlling the body is unaccustomed to the way in which it works. It's unaccustomed to the anatomy it now inhabits. So,
I have a question.
yes.
What is my shadow doing? Do I still cast a shadow? Is it the shadow coming from my body? What's going on with my shadow?
The shadow actually is like acting of its own accord, kind of like curling around, and you can see its head kind of tilt to the side, looking at your figure, and kind of like pokes you. And just like in general seems to be like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay. But it can't see my...
No, it doesn't seem
spirit.
to observe your astral projection.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at our new compatriot, not Dave. And sorry, I had to bring that back. I really liked.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How many of you are in there?
Is that what's important right now?
Are you possessed?
Do I hear him? I know he was
Said
downstairs
more than
before.
one person.
I'm going to try to summon my sword while I'm in astral form.
You try to summon your sword, and I need you to make a wisdom check.
Check?
Yep, just
Or
a
save.
straight wisdom check.
Okay. This is 17.
17. You try to summon the blade, and you can feel the spark of magic in your palm, but it's almost like instead of, if you were to stick your hand in a flame, you would feel the intense heat. It's almost like your hand is just being warmed by the magic. So it's like a distant feeling, and you look over to your body, and in your physical body you see the magic coalesce and the blade erupt, hitting the ground. And also, while we are at it, I need you to roll a d100.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Flashbacks.
gosh.
I'm like Nyx again. It feels so good. 71.
Might not feel good for all of us.
71. Okay.
I can't remember off the top of my head what pixie dust that is.
What is everybody else doing?
Jared
So
wants to strangle
Boris,
all of them.
are we kind of able to move ourselves? Like, are we floating away with no way to ground ourselves, or is it kind of just think about it and you'll move in that direction?
So you would have to try.
Yeah, Boris is gonna try. He's doing whatever he can figure out to try to move closer to Devarius' body.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check, just kind of a basic one.
Okay. We've got a 16.
All right, awesome. As you're sitting there, you are able to kind of move yourself. You realize, by thinking in a direction, you can kind of drift. But yeah, you're able to move ever so slightly. Which body are you trying to head towards?
Yeah, so Boris is slowly moving towards the body of Devarius that is standing and looking at the brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's just gonna approach it and what do you want? Who are you?
The body kind of like looks towards your direction, almost like it's looking through you. Um, Real quick, Lucian, after you summon the blade, you note that like parts of your armor almost seem to like peel away from your body.
Cat happened.
You're good. Almost like the armor is intentionally giving way and giving more access points for whoever might decide to harm you in the near future. You have a -1 AC for now. Various, as you, or rather Boris, as right now,
Yeah.
Boris right now goes to the thing, and it looks to you kind of slack-jawed, not in full control of its body, just says, "Pain. I miss."
Boris stands stunned for a moment. And before he gets a moment to respond, Daniel and his infinite wisdom is going to try to cast Dissonant Whispers on it.
Woo! Okay. That's I need you to also make a wisdom check.
Oof. 2.
2.
Don't kill yourself.
Daniel raises fingers to the temples and starts to think real hard. And it's almost like there is this barrier, this wall between you and the weave. You're not able to interact with it in a way that feels so natural. It's like you're fighting through peanut butter or honey just to get to the good stuff.
It's not an
Then-
experience I'd ever want in peanut butter.
Okay. Eventually, Boris will just turn around and look at the group and shrug. I don't know.
Meredith wants to try. Does Devarius's body has a shadow? This thing now that's in his body.
It does. You can actually, and you notice the shadow has almost like an amorphousness to it. Yeah, I think, yeah, nothing more than that. Just it's an amorphous shadow.
I'm going to try. Can I move myself closer to my body?
Yeah, I would say after watching Boris kind of move around, we'll just skip the, all the checks, and you guys are able to basically think yourself in a direction. Reach about anywhere between 15 and 30 feet, depending. If it's important, I'll bring it up.
I'm going to see. I wonder what I can do here.
August, I want another perception check from you.
Did you catch that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, 6.
6. Ooh.
Yeah.
As you're looking out, you get this feeling that you're being watched, but you can't seem to like lay eyes on whatever might be watching you.
Okay.
Can I try to... This is gonna be weird. Can I try to control my own shadow?
Yeah. You reach out with the tendrils of fey magic that you normally feel linked to, almost like a puppet on strings. Go ahead and make a wisdom check.
Meow. 18.
18. You push through the peanut butter like viscosity as you're trying to reach the magic. And you do find that the shadow becomes alert of you, and like there's significant change. I do also need you to roll a D100.
Oh my gosh. A 72.
Okay.
71, then 72.
Oh, this is interesting. So as you reach out, there is this like spark of unknown energy and source, and the shadow all of a sudden kind of like shifts and begins to peel off the ground and takes a like 3-dimensional form.
Ooh, what does it look like? Does it look like me or?
It's like almost like a more dramatic version of you in your full power.
I love it. I love it.
You don't know how long it'll last for, but it just kind of like says, "Oh, I could get used to this."
Your shadow can talk. All right.
It became a
Snitch.
heartless.
You guys look over, and Snitch is just sitting there, and there's definitely a wet spot in his crotch that was not there before.
Gosh dang it.
Guy's traumatized.
I'm gonna try to talk to it. I'm gonna see if they can actually hear me now.
He was so confident in negotiating last time we talked, too. He's still snitch.
Can you sense me?
Yes.
Well, that's a good thing.
What
Still,
can I
you
do
don't do
for
nothing.
you?
First of all, put my body somewhere safe and not crumpled like that.
Certainly. And
Do not throw it over edge.
scoops down and picks up your body, and it kind of like looks to the railing of the ship, smiles
knew
at
it.
you, takes a step,
Fucking dear.
and then turns around and kind of laughs.
I swear. I
Just
hate you.
kidding. And it takes your figure down the stairs. Where would you like this put?
Somewhere safe.
In a
Have I
safe.
seen... Do not contort my body like that. Hit it with Lucians. And lock the door.
The shadow kind of like begins looking around, and you can hear. Are you staying up on deck, or are you following the shadow around?
I'm following.
Oh, okay. The shadow, like, it's able to carry your body, but not with a high degree of proficiency, and like
Yeah.
navigating opening doors, knocking on some of them. A few of the shipmates that you know beforehand are responding like, "What's up? What's wrong? I'm on break." You know, a couple different things like that. Eventually, a door pulls open the door and finds Lucian's body collapsed on the ground nearby Elenara's, and kind of says, "A triad," and sits your
No.
your corpse next to the other ones. And it's like, what if they were all cuddling? And like begins to kind of like move some of the arms.
I'm gonna let it have its fun. I'd rather it do that than do anything else.
It's been
I'd rather
so
it do that.
long.
Oh, Jesus.
While all that is happening, Daniel and Lavian board deck are having a short conversation with themselves, and eventually Lavian gives in and fine, I guess we can try it. And the three of them, the various all together, gathered in almost like a semicircle around the body, and will together try to cast Dissonant Whispers on it.
Oh God! All right. So yeah, go ahead and give me. You know what? In this situation, go ahead and give me a Wisdom check with triple advantage. So you get to roll 3 dice and take the best one.
Okay.
One for each presence, if you will.
16.
16. You fight through, and the three of you, it's almost like you're able to, when the other one gets tired of pushing through the barrier between you and the magic, the other one takes precedence and moves forward, carving a bit further. And in the ways that you guys have been able to work together in tandem, this feels like one of those really profound moments. You peel through the layer of barrier blocking you from it, and the body, like, the eyes wash over with magic, and it just, like, shrivels up in its body language. It's almost behaving in a way that would be indicative of, like, a different matter than flesh and bone. It's almost it's definitely inhuman. In humanoid-esque in manner, but it shrivels for a bit, and it just says, "The pain together get out, please." And you can see like tears, like partially colored with blood kind of pouring out of one eye as it physically reaches to where their incorporeal bodies are.
Okay. They're going to stay together and recast the same thing. This time they kind of tighten the circle around themselves a little bit and bring each other in with their arms, and they say, "Get out. You don't belong here."
Give me
in unison.
Give me another demon. Give me a D100 for that first cast real quick.
51.
Oh, that's so fitting.
Oh no.
Oh wow, this wild magic table has been so on point this session. So as you reach out, as you try to cast the spell again, it looks towards you, and across your body you begin to see, like, underneath the clothes, growths start to form. And from the places in the clothing where, like, there is flesh exposed, you see, like, almost textured, like a water damaged paper begin to stretch out from the neck. These like shrivels, almost like the bottom of a mushroom, and indeed after a bit you almost see this like fungal growth across part of your face from the forehead stretching to the temple, and the eyes kind of go over a little milky. It says, "We belong." And from these growths, there are these spores that begin to fill into the space, lightly obscuring the air around you. The spores settling over different bodies in the vicinity. You'll have to deal with that when you re-enter the bodies, but go ahead and make another check to see if you can cast Dissonant Whispers again.
Same thing.
I'm so
triple.
glad.
What?
Is it still triple advantage or?
No, I'm gonna say regular this time.
Okay, no problem.
I'm so glad Merida's body has been moved to the
Eight.
out of this shit.
Lucky you.
I'm so glad I stole the captain's quarters immediately.
Unfortunately, the three of you are not able to fight through the barrier this time for this casting.
Meredith is gonna come back up to the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Back up to the deck with her shadow, actually. See if her shadow can come with her.
The shadow like reluctantly stops playing with the bodies and just goes, "Fine."
And because the thing told us to connect, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see if I can have my shadow mingle with, because whose body is on deck? It's August Gwendolyn's. Is it? Who's on deck? Whose bodies?
I think it's everyone but Lucian, Elenara, and now yours, if I remember right. Is this correct? Everyone else is on the top deck?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get everyone's shadows except for Lucian's and Eleanor's because they're downstairs.
Right.
And my shadow is now upstairs. I'm going to try to see if my shadow can link with theirs.
Okay. The shadow says, "With pleasure," and kind of goes over and like takes fingers and delicately kind of pinches the edge first of August's shadow and begins stretching it like taffy, and switches it over, goes over to Devarius's body shadow, which is not reacting to much, and pulls the two together. Ting! And they snap, melding at this center point, like the top of a circus tent almost. And goes over to the various bodies, Gwendolyn's. Then, you know, I guess you and Lucian are gone. Eleanor is, yeah. So it'd just be Gwendolyn. It's like the three of you. Yeah, those three bodies. It's like, do you want to join?
Yes.
The shadow takes the edges, puts it in its vague orifice of a mouth, and begins to slurp the shadows up like noodles and sinks into the ground, returning to your body. For a moment, the shadows kind of fade into nothingness, and then those shadows are all linked together. And as you do this, Devarius...
I might kill this.
Devarius, you feel this tug. All three of you, well, four of you, feel this tug back into the body. This assimilation back into each other. Do you fight it, or do you go willingly?
Not at first, but just looking around, do I see that everyone else is feeling this tug as well?
You're the first to feel it. If you wait for like a millisecond afterwards, you begin to see almost like the bodies, the ethereal bodies are like stretching. Like essences are being pulled from the space in which they occupy in nothingness back into the body.
Yeah, if they see that, then they would go willingly, yeah.
Okay. You end up going willingly. August, you also find yourself being pulled back into your body. What have you been doing this whole time? Have you just kind of been watching?
Yeah, magic isn't really her forte. Especially something like this. She has no fucking clue what's going on. And just physically trying to put her soul back in her body didn't work last session. So yeah, she probably would have been observing more than anything.
Okay. You do feel the tug. Do you go willingly as you feel your essence being pulled back into your body?
Yeah, that's where I wanted to go.
Okay. Awesome. Those two bodies intermingle with their spirits. Gwendolyn kind of follows suit as well. Meredith, you feel your spirit begin to pull back into your body. Do you allow it?
I will look at Lucian and just says, I'm going to connect with you soon. See you soon. Let him know that I'm just not going to leave him there.
I don't have a shadow.
You don't.
Neither does Eleonora.
Which is so funny because this makes sense now. It just makes sense of why like she didn't even think about it.
It's so good. It's so good.
I'm like, I'll connect it to you. I'm like, I just okay.
To figure it out.
It's just like, hey, my phone's dying. I'll call you back in 5 minutes. What?
Devarius, Meredith, and August, you all wake up in your body. Your vision is a little bit bluish purple for a moment, but you blink and you're up. There are no bodies on deck that are abandoned. You all are back. Devarius, after a bit, perhaps August in particular, would notice that the growths previously there are retracting back into the skin and seem to kind of wash over and heal in some kind of sense. So the unearthly appearance is no longer part of Devarius's body, but the two of you make your way back. Meredith, you make your way back in the cuddle puddle that your shadow. So
before I go up,
gently
I
arranged.
do kind of I I do put Eleonora and Lucian in a very awkward position, and also kind of just like draw on Lucian's face a little bit, just like a weird, fucked up smiley face,
Like a Joker smile, like.
I'd like to try to cast like Witch Bolt.
Oh my god, I love it. Fed
Just
up.
you, as soon as you touch me, zap.
as Meredith kind of goes over and starts arranging the arms and like pulls out we'll say you have like maybe like a little bit of like eyeliner or some kind of like, you know,
some
makeup.
kind of charcoal.
Yeah. Lucian, you're like, this ain't happening, and I need you to make another wisdom check.
Okay, we'll do that. Where did the thing go?
Can you blame her? Her shadow wanted to do something crazy, and she's like, you know what? I gotta satisfy this urge. The urge is still there.
Natural 20.
No!
Natural 20. You force through with such power, your emotion really fueling this, like, this is not happening. You carve through it instantly, and you catch these like glimpses of possibility. You can go ahead and roll 2 D100, and you can pick whichever result you want.
Ooh.
Man. 70 and 99.
Okay, so I will send those in the chat to you, and you can pick, but go ahead and roll for your Witch Bolt.
Okay.
Each
I
one.
guess it's a ranged spell attack, right?
Yeah.
Is it a range?
Yeah.
I thought it automatically connects.
That's shocking grasp.
If they're wearing, well, it's advantage if they're wearing metal.
Yeah, I have no metal. No
D20
armor.
plus 7. 14.
And then
My armor has 16, right? So do I just like back up? I just get the sense like my hairs on my arms stand up and I'm like, fuck. And I back up.
Just feel like, haha, and then zap.
It's
Awesome.
just, honest.
And what was the other
A
number?
little bit fine.
70
99.
and 99. Cool. Ooh.
I'd gotten a 99 on the pixie dust table, that would be divine dust.
This is going to be payback for all the bullshit you put Dorian through.
Those are your options. And that is 99.
He just gets naked.
I guess I'm gonna be naked. That's more entertaining.
As you carve back, the electricity shoots out, and was it a hit? Was it a hit, Meredith?
No.
No. Shoots wide.
Excellent.
The force damage kind of like sizzling into the wood of the chamber that you're in on the ship, and as you do so, the electricity kind of like rebounds and comes back to your body. Meredith, you watch as Lucian's whole body lights up, and in a moment you have to look away. When you blink, he is now naked and awkwardly cuddling with Elenara.
Awesome.
This is what you get.
All of the
Even more
stuff
fun.
just all of a sudden a bit like appears out of a wormhole and just clatters 5 feet away.
I'm just gonna look at Elenara. Because, you know, we're both spirits still. And be like, well.
She's like, even though I'm not in control of my body, I feel so much power right now. And I kind of like it. I might be discovering something about myself, Lucian.
Awakening. But after Meredith had her fun, because now it's just she didn't want to see him naked. She's getting tired of seeing these men naked. She's getting tired.
I mean, there's no comment been made, so.
She will go upstairs. I guess you see Gwendolyn and August back in their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to storm up to Devarius first of all because he caused this.
Mm-hmm. What are you thinking?
We have, like, just a couple of minutes on deck while she's doing her thing before she comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first, I want to check: is that little feeling in the back of my neck there, but nothing more, or is it more now?
You know what? Give me an insight or a perception check, your choice. And you take advantage on it, actually, now that you're like very aware that something is there. Or
That's
something could be there.
Natural 20, 23.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. For a moment, you recede into your mind, and there's this like dark underground space that you've never seen before. And there's all this vibrant underground flora, some of which is parasitic in nature, others of it are more just living on their own. And hidden in the corner of one of these clusters of plants is this mushroom creature, this very vaguely humanoid, and I mean that term very lightly, is kind of huddled over, almost like diminished in form, not even maybe 4 feet tall, and it just looks up to you, and it like just looks tired. The expression on its face is just exhausted, but it seems happy. And even though it doesn't have a traditional mouth or orifice, you can sense it's sated is a good word, and it appreciates your company.
Just in his own mind, what are you? And whether or not it answers, on deck, standing kind of nonchalantly, not like he's paying too much attention to his posture as the other two do. Boris, as Devarius, is going to walk towards Lyndon, who is, I'm sorry, not Lyndon, August. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Who is on deck, correct? He's going to walk
Yeah,
towards
she's on
August
deck.
and offer a hand to help August stand. Are you all right?
Are you still
Alright.
in there?
Sorry, we couldn't hear the first part of that.
Yeah, are all three of you still in there?
Yes.
Huh.
They're there.
And-
But I am right here. Are you okay?
Fine. I'm good.
What are both of
You
you
know-
thinking right now? What are your surface level thoughts?
So,
Why do you want to know, Cal?
Just, you know.
Boris is focused on surface level thoughts. Checking in, I would say, is best to describe it.
Mm.
Levine and Daniel are still confronting the thing.
Okay.
Say August is thinking, what the fuck did Lucian bring on to this ship with us?
Good decisions.
You both
Uh.
hear these thoughts from each other.
Aloud, in the air.
Like, you just hear them, like, reverberate in your head.
Telepathically? Or,
Yeah.
okay.
Each other's.
And Meredith, you also hear this being said. And Gwendolyn's voice erupts in your head saying, what the actual fuck is going on?
Oh.
Oh, I don't like this. Meredith. Oh yeah, I think this makes sense. Meredith begins storming up because now I guess you get intense agitation. Now she had to deal with two other people in her head,
Yeah.
and now there's other people's, and I guess you get the very surface thing of she feels very threatened. I guess you sense that before you even see her.
That does remind me. Once you go back into your body, I want to try to connect with you as a coven member.
Yeah, try it.
Hello. Are you
That
there?
sounds so threatening.
Yeah, you can.
It
You
was very
you have
threatening.
full reception from
Try it.
Lucian. Also, right now.
Nice. I'm not gonna realize this. Well, actually, no, because I was testing it. So of course I realized this. I'm going to have a full conversation with Elinara about our current predicament of our bodies, very obnoxiously.
Oh yes,
I hear that.
Oh man. Thank you so much.
Can I hear that?
Can you hear Lucian's thoughts?
Yeah, can I hear Lucian's thoughts?
You can. It's not as clear.
It's just
muddled.
background noise.
It's like
talking
like
about-
you're. It's like you're in a room in like in a tavern, and vaguely you can hear like a conversation off in the corner. Like it's clear enough to understand, but it's yeah.
I know what my brother's voice sounds like.
Yep. Exactly.
Because of.
I mean, we have to think about these things, especially since the honeymoon's coming. And blah, 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 blah.
Shut up.
Because of his kind of some experience with the mind and communicating telepathically, Boris is going to try to, in a way, see, so he can hear all these thoughts going on, and even in the back of his mind, Boris specifically, he hears this other creature, and it feels very internal. Does he hear it at all from August's direction? From Meredith's direction?
Are you like what, like, you can hear can you hear their thoughts?
No. More like, does he get any sort of sense that this thing inside Devarius could also be connected to them?
Ooh. You know what? This is a compound check, because this also has to do with like book smarts. So I could say, combine an Arcana check with a Nature check.
Okay.
So higher DC, but you know you're using 2 skills to achieve it.
Yep. 15 on Arcana and a 21 on Nature.
Yes. As you are in this situation, you recall reading about creatures called myconids, and myconids are the mushroom folk of the Underdark, the subterranean living spaces many miles beneath the surface world. And what you recall about them is that they are typically a peaceable people. They are oriented around a communal, almost tribal style of living with one another, and they really, honestly, primarily just rotate between sleeping, absorbing nutrients from the soil, and melding with the rest of the colony. And you all of a sudden come into full realization that this creature is craving company. And it also comes to mind that it released a bunch of fucking spores when you attacked it.
Okay.
And
Got it.
Yeah, you're not sure how to feel about that.
He's gonna hold that close to the chest for now. There is a small sense of worry that everyone feels from Boris, and Lavian and Daniel's thoughts also heard the surface ones, and they're confronting something, maybe something unknown. Boris returns to his like present situation, and did August take his hand to help lift her up or not?
Yeah.
Okay, and
I
he'll
think she's a little out of it, I guess. She's like, what the fuck?
he kind of looks her over just to make sure she's not like too far out of it, but then knows that Meredith is storming up right behind him and will turn to face her.
I think the moment you turn around, Meredith like grips the collar of your robe, and she brings you awfully close down to her level. Isn't he like 6 something?
How tall is Meredith again? I feel like you've told us.
Meredith is not that tall. She's only 5'4". Taller than me.
How tall is Devarius?
I'd say he's probably 6'1"ish, maybe 6 foot. It kind of depends also who's piloting him.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
one
because I think
stands taller
posture,
than the
yeah.
other. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because Daniel was taller. He seemed taller.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck did you do? Who are you?
My name is Devarius. Don't know what happened though. I could not tell you.
Whatever you fucking did, fix it. I don't want any more voices in my fucking head.
Well, that's rude.
Shut the hell up. she kind of looks to the side and she's yelling because you don't know where the fuck you are.
Hopefully, he's not permanent, because I have too many in my head as well.
I think you should all just learn to enjoy yourselves.
Lucian?
Is that my sister?
Yeah, you want me in your head? I can think of some pretty awful things.
Yes, let's fix this now.
Dorian
Yeah.
enters. What the fuck happened?
Who's that?
Dorian?
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear who you said. I'm sure you said someone
Wait.
enters.
Can I
Okay.
hear
Someone
Dorian?
is in the
Yeah.
chat. Because he's in my coven. He's in the
Well, yeah, but I didn't know because like the whole telepathy thing happened on the ship.
So Meredith, just to explain to cohesivize it, Meredith is basically hosting 2 telepathic parties. And in one, you have Meredith, Devarius, Gwendolyn, and August. And then in the other, you have the Coven, the original Coven, Dorian, Lucian, Meredith. And if you can hear the people in your own telepathic party very clearly, and you can hear the other people as though you're in the same room but on the opposite sides. So you can all hear everything. It's just some people are a little more clear.
And Meredith just hears everyone clear.
So, like, when we're trying to communicate, like, with the other parties, are we, like, speaking louder so we're, like, yelling in Meredith's ear, but it sounds normal to everyone else?
Meredith is heated.
Boris is going to continue.
Are you awake?
Go ahead.
Are you okay? Because she don't know if he experienced the, like, reverb of the psychic attack.
Oh, right. Yeah, Dorian, are you a ghost right now?
No, I'm pretty okay.
You guys hear all the time.
Yes?
That's August, by the way, if you didn't recognize her voice.
No, I can tell. You're really quiet. Are you far away, or...?
Oh my god, please.
Yes, we're far away, obviously.
Switch to the microphone.
Meredith.
Should I speak louder for you, August?
No.
No.
No. And I'm still gripping Devarius's clothes. And I'm just...
Meredith?
He hasn't pulled away or anything, but he is going to continue with an idea. Boris says that the thing that your shadow did, could it undo it to get you out of my head and me out of yours? Now that we are in our bodies.
Out of people's heads.
I kind of like push him away. Very aggressive.
I'm
He'll
gonna
stand back up.
I'm gonna be sneaky.
Oh god.
Do I hear you being sneaky?
And
In your head, are you thinking I'm gonna be sneaky?
I'm gonna
Don't be
try
Don't be
to
suspicious.
probe the various a little bit. Like how we can do with the Coven and kind of like dip into the memories just a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can do that with the various.
Ooh.
Oh.
Are we hearing his plans that he's gonna probe?
No, I'm just doing it. I'm not thinking about it. I know that
I'm
I
not
can
gonna
do
do
it.
it. I'm not gonna think, girl. I was just.
No.
I'm not gonna do it. I was just thinking.
No, I'm doing it. I'm just gonna try to dip into his brain a little bit and see if I can grab some memories. Because I'm not gonna do it to August, even though I really want to. Because if she catches me, I'm gonna die.
True.
To look
So,
into
yeah.
my memories, you probably find something you didn't want to see.
Also, to clarify,
Also, that's true. Yeah.
this telepathic connection for you, Devarius, is just who is in the seat. The way that this
Okay.
works. So just
Got
so you don't have to manage 2 voices in this all-time telepathic connection. Just so you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Just
definitely
more.
preoccupied them anyway. So they're, yeah.
So Lucian, you know what? This is a contest. This is a straight up contest. So Devarius, let's see.
Can I have advantage because I'm quiet? I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Man, what would be a good check here? I feel like this is a force of person, so it's a charisma check from Lucian, and I feel like it is an awareness from Darius of what this might be. So let's say wisdom. So just straight charisma versus straight wisdom.
Okay.
Ugh,
21
Ugh.
charisma.
nice.
Is that a win?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
By 15.
Yeah.
So, Lucian, you find yourself kind of perusing a plethora of memories. Devarius.
I would say that maybe he would have 4 different avenues to travel down. That he may have to choose one. If you would agree or not, that's up to you.
I think that's fair. I think that's totally fair. I think I'm going to let you, as a player, not necessarily as a character, but as a player, what memory does he see first, per se?
I rolled a 4. If that helps. You said 4 choices, so I said I rolled. So I rolled
4th Street.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to do
I'll
a deep dive or anything like that, so it'd probably just be 1. You don't have to give me your
I'll say
whole
you
life story or
see
anything like that.
you see a glimpse of it, just flashes of almost as if you're watching a replay. 5-second little intervals of a trek, a long trek up a mountain, a very cold. You hear glimpses of bickering between 3 somewhat familiar voices at this point, complaining about the cold, and then it cuts once more, and you're in a very warm home in the mountains. There's a fire in the center, rising smoke up a small hole in like a yurt, and another figure, a large, stocky woman, just calm with Devarius, and then it jumps forward again, and the same figure has tears in her eyes as Devarius is walking away, and you feel an intense pain, knowing that you want something, but you can't have it.
Okay.
And that's it.
Seeing that, I now realize that I can do it, and I'm not going to do it anymore.
So, with that, you recede back into your body. What is everybody doing? Yeah.
Meredith wants to look at everyone's shadow. Is it the people that she connected with? Does it seem to be linked? Like, some seems to be overlapping, or is it we all have our separate shadows?
I feel like, Devarius shadow it maintains its amorphism. It's not necessarily super noticeable unless you're really looking at it. I would say, you know what? Give me a perception check, actually.
15.
15. I would say most of the time, the shadows appear as they normally would. Occasionally, you see at least the 2 people on deck, August and Devarius's, well, and Gwendolyn's actually. You see, they might like take a step and for a moment grow. Their shadow maybe grows a bit too much hair. That would not make sense with their bodies, or might grow a little bit of a bone crown for just a moment. But the shadows mostly look the same. It's just like they've been touched by Meredith magic.
Yeah, definitely face shadow shit. Okay, Meredith is going to try to see if she can untether the shadows.
How do you do so?
Oh, she is so annoyed. She's so stressed out. She tries to get away from everyone. Like, at least, like, still in, but not close to everybody. Because everyone just seems so loud now. But she will...
If I may, when Boris hears Meredith kind of get this anger at just how loud it is, you hear in everybody's head, shh, she's trying to think. Be quiet.
She freezes for a moment before she just kind of
say it's quiet.
Go back.
Too quiet.
I don't know how to not think
You get a sense of murderous rage.
about
You don't
nothing. How do you think about nothing?
just stare at the horizon. There's an ocean, right? So just kind of look
Right.
there. Don't think about anything. Or
You
if
know, the waves are a little choppy. That could
no,
be a storm.
stop. You can't. No.
There's,
Don't,
You
no.
never.
No, you're not doing it.
you know,
Just-
there's that cloud
Oh,
kind of
shit.
looks like a hot dog.
No,
Shut up.
What's a hot dog?
Oh, it's
Huh.
you wouldn't understand. You're not as
Kind of.
well traveled and cultured as me.
You just.
She is
What?
so upset.
I don't. I beg to differ.
Did that mean rain
I
clouds?
want to see if
Don't
I can.
Beg to differ anything.
He's
I will
trying
if I
to
want
be
to.
anything.
Where have
focused,
you been?
everyone.
I've been on the
For
road,
anything,
and by the
Meredith
way,
definitely casts.
There's too much
dissonant
noise in here.
whispers to
Ooh.
see like it can reverb through everybody's mind.
Okay, you know what? I'll let you just for a like for an intimidation purpose. You know what? Yeah, we'll repurpose the spell for flavor. Yeah, give me an intimidation check with advantage. We'll see how well this works for you. Everybody, you can make an insight check against.
17.
natural
15.
20.
You are making me sick.
Damn.
Devarius.
Sorry, 15.
Okay,
It's-
August.
7.
August and Devarius, you hear these echoing mutterings from like a million Merediths. Meredith, what are you saying?
She honestly, I don't even think she knows what she's saying. It's actually a mixture of her own shadow's voice, and her voice is much deeper. It's not pretty much her voice. It's kind of like a cacophony of like different voices overlapping and kind of whispers, but loud enough that almost seems like a loud ringing ears, like you get tinnitus.
It all reverberates dramatically in your heads. And there is nothing you can do but it's a sensation unlike any other, and where like you would have like a freeze response in fear. Your brain freezes. Nothing. Blank. Except for Lucian. What do you say?
What did you just do?
She used to hearing Lucian, so now it's just quiet. So she's used to him.
You're used to hearing me.
She used to hearing him always talking shit.
Yeah, because I could be quiet. It's fine.
It's
cool.
But as she sits down, she will try. She looks at everyone's shadow, and she's going to use her discipline. Try to expand on her discipline with her own shadow. To again try to, as she's seeing it, she tries to morph August's shadow to make it more like it, she's waiting for it to shift into another's to show similarities, and she's kind of shadow shifting.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow shifting it to match matches August's physical form. So if she does see Meredith crown, she tries to basically almost as if you're seeing like it's breaking off the crown.
So your shadow is like trying to reshape August's shadow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Very aggressively.
You go you command your shadow, which is it's lost its vigor. It's lost the life, the
tired.
fullness that was there. Goes over and like tries to break off the crown, and like you can see the crown crack. You feel this pang of like being sucked someplace, and then you ease back into reality, do you pull harder?
Ooh, ooh, that pain. Ooh, do I want to do it to myself now?
Are you using magic to do this?
Is it magic? I guess it's more. Yeah, I guess it's considered magic. It's fey magic.
All right.
Um,
I'll notice. Do you want me to try to help you?
if you can, if you have any. Yes.
All right. We're gonna see if we can help, and I'll just astral project over to her sitting on the ground. I don't know. Put my arms on her and try to, I don't know, channel or something.
Okay, what are you channeling? Like, what spell are you thinking of, or...
You know, I'm gonna do endure elements, I guess. That's what I can think of as the only buff spell that could be helpful, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. And you're
Yeah.
casting this on Meredith or August?
I'm just trying to push energy through her, so I don't know.
Well, through which individual? Like, are you trying to protect August, or are you trying to
No,
energy
yeah,
give... Okay.
Meredith.
Meredith.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Because of the
Meredith.
Coven feature, I will let you cast freely on Meredith. I will not, and since Meredith already has something binding her to the physical realm, you don't have to roll the wisdom save. The spell erupts and kind of fills Meredith. And what does the protection from elements do? Is it resistance against damage types?
Extreme cold and heat. Protection from any fire or cold damage, and environmental hazards such as smoke, lack of air, and so forth.
Okay,
I don't
so
know.
it doesn't have necessarily any pertinence to this particular thing, but it's something, and it might have some effect later on. We'll see what happens. Meredith, do you pull once you feel this protection magic go over you?
When I felt that, did it feel like physical pain or more mental pain?
It honestly, it felt kind of like you were being sucked out of your body again.
Ugh. Oh no. I don't want to be sucked out of my body. Pause. She I might fuck around and do this again for someone else. But she will kind of let go of August.
Okay. The crown kind of retracts and restores.
I go over to Devaria's shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to see if actually maybe if I can just disconnect him from me. Yeah, she's kind of selfish.
Can you harm your shadow? Like if someone stabbed it with a magic sword?
No.
Shadow in its current state is incorporeal.
Yeah. Because this is more like a natural thing for her. On Devaria's shadow,
Mm-hmm.
she will try. When I did it to August, it seemed like I know that I felt like I was about to be pulled out, but it did seem like she was.
No. Well, actually, well, yeah, I guess you guys are connected telepathically now. I would say, August, for everyone, I guess. August, you experienced like not necessarily like a tug out of your body, but when the shadow pulled, you got this like vision of like kind of this twisted forest. And you thought you saw like some kind of entity moving beyond the trees and the foliage, but you didn't get like a good glimpse of it. It was only momentary.
That sounds very ominous. Um, she's going to try to do the same with Boris's shadow, but when she sees if there's any resemblance of Gwendolyn, she's going to try to break.
So you went to Boris. You going to Boris
Devarius,
and Gwendolyn?
yeah.
Okay. Boris slash
Mhm.
Devarius and breaking that one off first or trying.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have an idea to assist in that. If it's okay, I could try to attack the psychic connection, right? Because I could use Mind Sliver on the person you're trying to break with, and that's psychic damage.
You could try. As these thoughts are all roaming, Devarius, as Lavian and Daniel are kind of talking with this Myconid, in response to what did you ask earlier? I'm trying to remember.
They more just asked it to themselves, and now they're just observing it. They're not trying to have a conversation with
Oh,
it.
okay.
But they did ask, "What are you?"
Okay.
Yeah.
It answers, you drew me into your body. Your action. Confused. And all of a sudden you can hear these flood of other thoughts. You can hear Lucian and Meredith kind of plotting to sever some kind of connection. And all of a sudden the Myconid comes to kind of this alert stance and begins to walk out. And as he does so, you find that there's this like growing barrier that all of a sudden kind of covers Lavian and Daniel. And try as they might, they are not able to actually get out of this space. What does Boris do?
Boris is freaking out. Meredith is doing something to his shadow right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's watching you though.
He freaks out and says, "Stop! Stop! Stop!" What does she do?
Meredith freezes from it, but keeps on going.
You pull. There's a part of Devarius' shadow that is erupted in coily hair, and you take some of the shadow, grabs some of the hair, and begins to yank on it. And you almost hear this tug in all of your heads mentally, like a rope straining and splitting. And Meredith, in your head alone, you hear twice. Twice you try. And when this voice enters your head, everyone else goes quiet. Nothing.
Do I recognize the voice?
No, you don't.
It's your fairy godmother.
Not again.
Uh,
I don't recognize this voice. It didn't sound like the voice that spoke from Devarius's body before.
No, completely different voice. This one was it's feminine. There is a higher pitch to it, almost a sing-songy quality, not unlike that of some of the wandering fae you've come across. But there is a heightened, almost like divine energy to this voice.
Oh yeah, this is a question for the hour.
Back in mid. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. The voice shuts everybody else out for a bit and goes, "We can talk further at twilight."
I will speak in Sylvan
Mm-hmm.
and will say, I don't have time for games. Does it seem to understand me?
You dare make commands of someone whose power you have no breadth for understanding. It is you who play games. I create. I build and color the very world around you. Yet, you would declare me a player of games.
Trying to speak at twilight. Can I wonder, can I do like an arcana check, maybe?
This would be a religion check. If
Religion.
anything.
Ooh. I'm going to try. Because I have no, oh girl, I have 0 in religion, but we baby girl doesn't know nothing about no spirits. No, ooh, an 8. Wait, why is this rolling with advantage? An 8.
You know nothing. And you're powerful, but...
Yeah. Talking about creation and building. Says she'll speak at twilight. Do you protect him?
Protect who?
And I kind of tug on Deverige's shadow.
Thrice! You seek to commit heresy.
Do you protect him?
No.
Twilight, you said.
Yes.
I expect a name then. And I release.
This deep breath fills this kind of celestial, unbodied voice. You may call me the Painted Maiden for now.
How will I contact you?
I will contact you. And whomever else I see fit at the time.
Meredith doesn't say anything. She's, oh, that curious. Oh, I feel like at the peak of frustration, there's also a sense of extreme curiousness. And like she is so inquisitive that is kind of trumping the frustration.
The voices of everybody return back to normal. But there's almost like this layer of peace. This veil, if you will, that keeps them from feeling so intrusive. They're still there, but not as violent of an experience for you.
Are Daniel and Lavian released?
No. Oh, actually, the Myconid, their experience is that the Myconid kind of like comes back, returning to this kind of like sated, exhausted point, and just kind of sits in the corner again, and kind of like if they'll let the Myconid will grab both of their hands and try to, like, draw them into a sitting position with it.
I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah. Friend?
Friend.
Okay. What, do you need?
I need us. We.
Any more?
No, for now.
Okay. And Lavian and Daniel will walk away from that quote unquote room in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And if possible, try to go into their own room.
Mm-hmm.
And just speaking to each other for a moment. They decide to let it stay.
Okay.
For now. Until we find out more. And then back on deck, Boris, when Meredith released the shadow, right?
Yeah, the shadow. Yep. Mm-hmm.
He just takes a deep breath. Thank you. I think maybe the small voices are not so much of a nuisance right now. Until we find out more about what's going on.
Still a ghost, I'll say.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Meredith doesn't say anything really. She kind of just looks at you. She doesn't. She's kind of blank. She has a blank expression, almost as if she's like looking at you, but trying to, almost as if she's looking through you. And she'll get up. And she probably will hear it. Yeah, because there's no secrets. But she will say, "What do any of you know about this painted lady? This painted maiden?"
I guess,
Who?
can I just,
What?
should we roll a religion check?
Yeah, anyone can roll a religion check who wants to.
I'll see just in case.
Did it, 14.
21.
21, 14 for Lucian. August.
Hold on, I'm looking. Hold on.
What?
Oh, never mind. 9.
Okay. All those schooling years, you know. I'd say Devarius. Especially, you know, between the collective consciousnesses of all three, you know, your dad being a teacher, you were taught many different ways, you know, comparative religions class type stuff. And there's definitely, you're aware of Ninye, is the most common name assigned to this deity. The painted maiden, sometimes the painted patron, actually. This deific figure is depicted as both man and woman, and sometimes in between, sometimes as a tree itself. Often it's associated with the lifestyle and religious belief of more elven cultures, and at least as far as you know, sometimes fae. It's the deity of kind of emotion and art. And you will find worshippers of Ninye being painters, sculptors, typically some kind of creative, designers, anything like that.
Okay. Then Boris will say, just the basics, I suppose.
I didn't know Faye can have a god. Patron.
You didn't know Faye could have a god?
Not Archfey.
Anyone can have a god. Anyone can worship anything.
Don't act like you know everything.
No, I'm just trying to be annoying.
And it's working. I swear I might throw you overboard.
Right. Oh, actually, maybe we can see if we can speed up this process a little bit. And I'm gonna start speaking out loud and you can hear my thoughts. Hey, Elnara. I'm a spirit. You're a spirit. We might not have this opportunity in the future.
And what is that opportunity?
So
This is
funny.
going to...
I go.
You
I want to hit something.
can't hit my ghost.
I can hit your body.
And that's going to end well for you.
You are naked. Never mind. That's more torture.
Did you say that you wanted to hit something out loud?
Yes.
Okay. Then Boris is going to clap his hands together real fast, and 3 images appear around him. One of Lavian, one of Daniel, and one of a shorter, thin female figure. And he says you can hit these if you want. They follow his motion, but they don't have any like
Physicality,
sound
yeah.
interacts. Yeah, physicality to them.
What would Mary did this so?
Lucian was.
Look at
Did
you.
somebody say Lucian was naked?
Don't go down
Not
there,
my
somebody.
ghost. Not yet, anyway. Wink, 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 wink.
At this
Meredith
point,
is going to just give a. She kind of want to look at Devarius, and she's just going to take a swing.
make an attack.
Yeah.
She's mad at his body specifically because he caused more problems. Okay, let's see. This is a standard attack.
Don't be mad at Tavares. You're a
19.
Fae. You know magic's unpredictable.
Oh,
like
you
these
just barely hit one of the duplicates.
So what? It just disappears.
One of the duplicates
Let it be
evaporates.
Daniel.
The female one
Aw.
gone. Yeah.
Not as satisfying.
I'm sorry. I dropped.
Can we stop fucking around for like 5 minutes
Yeah.
and maybe figure out, how to get out of each other's heads? Because that would be great.
Can't do it at the moment.
Maybe. Well, we didn't hear that conversation. Never mind.
She just asked about the painted maiden.
Yeah.
Gwendolyn kind of perks up and goes, I honestly have been enjoying traversing all of your minds in this silence. You all have such secrets.
Who said that?
Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn. Oh fuck! Did he? No. Okay. I have a specific question.
Mind sliver.
What
Mind
memories did
sliver
she
right
get?
now.
What memories did she get?
That's not good.
That's not
You don't
good.
know. She rolled too high.
No one likes a heinous bitch, Gwen.
Oh,
I'm
I
not-
don't like this.
I just like to be well informed about the people I'm traveling with, know you're all safe.
Were they
She can't see me because I'm a
the
ghost.
good
right?
ones from us, or the bad ones? That's all I
Well,
want.
let's put it this way. For some of you, there's very few good memories.
Well,
You, Gwendolyn. You're a fucking bitch.
so when you were perusing, did you
I'm
also?
gonna shove that music box up your ass. That's what I'm gonna do.
So when you were perusing, did you actually experience the pain or just watch it?
At this point, roll an insight check.
Can I roll an insight check on her?
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody who
I
wants
have
to can.
advantage.
18.
I have advantage against her. This is
Roll
why.
2.
Oh, Jesus. I am so paranoid. 15.
23.
Thank God. Please.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
No one but August. She rolled a 20.
Jeez.
August, you realize she is pulling an absolute fucking power play.
Ha!
She is capitalizing on the situation and trying to convince you all that she has an angle. So that way she can call upon it later.
So,
And we'll probably use it as a way to extract information.
Answer the question, Gwendolyn.
I really feel no need to answer the question now. I think you'll find that I'll approach you all in due time.
Mhm.
Don't worry, though. Your secrets are safe with me.
Oh,
I feel like that
Meredith
one
is
was
so threatened.
a lie.
Meredith is. Oh, she's so heated. She's going to go. Oh, God.
Do any of you try to enter Gwendolyn's mind?
I think Meredith will.
You get in there, and it is like
Free?
everything
Maze.
is coded in. It's like hella coded. It's like going in all these like geometric shapes and like random number. It's like somebody trying to understand code of a computer without knowing the code. You can try, but like
So,
this is like
okay.
supercomputer brain up here. Like everything is like mishmashed.
So, like, Meta, she figured out people could mess with brains and just, like, protected her brain with firewalls the entire time. It was just like, I'm setting up defenses so no one can mess with my brain since we're here. And this is a possibility. Okay, I see how it is.
Meredith didn't think. She just react. Impulse.
Mhm.
okay.
You like,
Um,
yeah.
I would say since I have insight
Mm-hmm.
into what she's doing, I'm gonna keep my surface thoughts very like, oh God, I hope she didn't see that. You know, just like very, you know, oh God,
Teasing.
she knows. What could she have seen? This is going to destroy me.
You get like the faintest, like only August gets this faintest hint of like, okay, from Gwendolyn. But
Lucian will be emanating a angry numbness and just trying to keep his thoughts blank because he's going full mask right now because he believes her.
Yeah, Meredith. She seeing the computer type brain
mm-hmm.
probably frustrates her even more.
Ancient runes, geometric shapes, you know, the whole bit.
Yeah, she doesn't have. She's so pissed off. She probably gonna hurt herself in like the cause of trying to decipher a brain. So she is. Yeah, she's going to stop. She's going to pull out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it said. And she will go. She wants to get away from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
because she got to figure out how the fuck to get Lucian and Eleanor back in the body. She is going to try to find like a dark, quiet corner below. Maybe brig. Do they have a brig?
What is a brig?
It's jail on a ship.
Oh, no, they actually don't, because you guys had to use a closet as one.
That's true, we did.
Did they ever get out? Or are they still?
Oh yes, the Drow's still
gone.
on the boat.
They're gone. No
Oh,
trace.
jeez.
Okay. Glad.
Yeah. Meredith will just find the darkest part of the ship, and just sit in darkness for a bit, and we'll try to
Great.
concentrate on blocking out of people's minds, trying to, again, put up light, shield her mind.
I'm gonna try to figure this out while you're figuring this out. Eleonora, I have an idea. Since we have to talk normally.
You've been really silent. Should I be concerned? Like, every time you speak, you start talking like there's some kind of bit going on.
What?
I've been kind of out of the loop.
Sorry. There's a mental connection to everyone except for you somehow.
Oh,
And we've been speaking in our minds most of this time.
right. Well, is there anything I can help with?
Oh, and I also just realized a lot of the things I said were really out of context and very strange.
Yes. Yes, they
Oh,
were.
Right. Anyway, my idea is I need you to hit me really hard.
With this? And she holds up her, like, ethereal fist.
I mean, I'm ethereal, you're ethereal. Hit me.
Okay.
You're a monk, I don't
She
know.
kind of takes a stance, and she goes for a punch, but then at the last second, like, rears up her hind leg and, like, flips over and, like, conks you on the head with it.
Nice.
That is gonna be, I guess, 16 to hit.
I mean, I'm letting her hit me.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. She hits you. That causes 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Is it magical or no?
It's magical, yeah.
It is magical. Oh yeah. Okay. Forgot she does that. All right. Do I feel? Ow. First of all, did I feel like I almost I don't know. I feel
Punch
my
your
thought
soul
process
back into the
is-
body.
My thought process is, if you knock me unconscious while I'm a spirit, I'll wake up in my body.
I'm gonna roll a check for her. That's pretty good. She goes, if the goal is to get back into the body, you know this is like what I study, right?
Duh!
Like,
I'm such an idiot. Yes, I forgot.
because what
You're
you
an
asked me to do
astral
would send you
monk.
into a coma.
I forgot that you're an astral monk.
It's okay, we're only betrothed.
I'm so sorry. Oh, I've just had all these people in my head, and my sister's there too, and she's just
Oh, it expanded.
Yes, I am.
and she's talking about hot dogs, and apparently she doesn't know how to stop thinking, and I'm saying this specifically to jar at you, and you can probably know that I'm doing that. Because yeah.
Oh,
So there's a low level hum of her thoughts the whole time.
you have you
Anyway.
tried some presentness meditations?
No. What is that? What is meditation, actually?
Well, this might actually send you back into your body, so,
That's a goal.
Just and she goes and sits next to her body, looking at the
Wait,
intermingled
hold on.
arms.
If you knew that you could get back in your body this entire time, why haven't you done it?
I was waiting for you, hon. I was concerned
oh.
about you.
You just oh.
And like every time I tried to say something, it was I understand now that there were other voices going on, but like I definitely said hello, hello, and there was
I just didn't hear you.
yeah.
Wow.
It's okay. I imagine we'll have to figure out
Were
a
you
way
about to-
around this.
Were you about to say it happens? Because it doesn't. Because
No, it
sounds like
doesn't.
you're about to say it happens. It's okay. It happens.
It's like the
It does-
vampirism.
Right. That ended well.
Things get awkward for a bit, and she's like,
Yeah.
let's just go
Let's
back
not
to
talk
meditating.
about it. Yeah, let's- All right. How do I do this?
And she begins to like lead you through some movements. She talks through closing your eyes, some visualization, you know, really focusing on the sensations. And as you do this, you actually feel part of your body almost like you start to feel the physical world again. She says, you know, focus on the scent. And you focus on your nose, and after a few moments, you can smell the room that you're in. You can smell the dampness of being at sea, the salt in the air, and goes kind of scent by scent till finally you're able to open your eyes, and she's staring at you.
I'm surprised, and then I immediately switch and cock my arm up a little bit. Hey,
Don't ruin this.
it was because I'm naked, so I mean,
Yes, yes, you are.
I didn't say that part out loud. I was like, hey, it was, you know,
Maybe if we can find a private space, and probably not on this ship.
I look, I'm like, and I think to myself, out of context for everyone, I mean, there's a door, but, and I'm like, all right, I'll get dressed.
Probably a good idea. So, we'll rotate to. I love that we went through this whole shadow ordeal, and Eleanor's just sitting over here, like.
Hey, hi.
I love it.
If you
So
punch me back to consciousness, it will work. Just, no.
what does everybody want to do? You all
Dive
are back in your
embarrassment.
bodies. You have this telepathic connection you've got to navigate.
Yeah. If Boris is going to move to like one end of the ship, like towards the front of the ship, do the voices get quieter at all with distance?
Oh, like if you move about the ship? No.
Yeah.
No, the
Okay.
the voices just seem to mingle and stay constantly there.
Okay. Well, that didn't work. Anyone have any ideas?
About telepathy, this is kind of my first go round.
I have some experience, but this is something different because of our spirit bonding.
Oh, I got an idea. I'm gonna put on the locket, the anti-scrying thing. See if that does anything.
I had it on the entire time.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's technically this is more transmutation than divination magic.
I just HR shadows. It's okay. Meredith is actively trying. She's like building like she's basically building like a bramble wall around her mind. She's just literally just making it unapproachable. She's just not. She's not here for it.
August, Gwendolyn reaches out at some point in a limited connection and says, "Do you want some help building some barriers?"
Well, yes, I fucking would.
Perfect.
You know, because I love people just being in my mind all the fucking time.
Right. You know how, you have this, kind of death energy about you?
You know, fucking saying that to me, but I don't fucking know, actually. You know, because I've been alive for 2 fucking days.
Let's... If you're ready, do you want to do a dive into that?
To what exactly?
Tap into your magical potential.
Death magic potential.
Look, I'm gonna be very straightforward with you. I do not possess any innate talents when it comes to the arcane, but you, on the other hand, I mean, it's practically seething from you.
Good.
I'm
Undead. Like a skeleton. Or a zombie. Or a
Lucian.
vampire.
I think you're a bit more
Or
alive than that, but regardless, you have this well of power. If you're ready to start taking the steps to control it.
Because some witches brought me back from the dead, which I guess my brother is now a vampire witch? A witch vampire. A vampire? A bitch. No, a vampire.
Is this the brother that's available?
Well, I have a gay brother and one who is betrothed to the princess.
I didn't realize the other one was gay.
Dorian? You didn't know? Really?
Let's just say I grew up around a... Let's just say a very expressive bunch of people.
I mean...
You know...
Really? My brothers?
Gwen was into me?
I don't know. I wasn't really sure which one you were talking about, but the vampire witch thing does sound kind of hot.
My brother's gross.
Hey, I like everything and I like a lot of it, if I'm being honest.
What's the likelihood that we can hear this conversation?
It's encoded. I'm gonna say this is actually
Fine.
pretty private, yeah.
Okay, it's fine.
Feel like maybe they hear August's side because August doesn't know how to
That's
protect her
true.
mind.
Yeah, that's fair. Random
So
statements.
you're getting a bunch of weird things like, my brothers?
He's
I'm gonna
gay!
ignore it. This is
Yeah,
for it.
he's gay. Gross.
Sorry.
Uh,
Just asking.
what? Poach someone else's siblings.
I'm not... Look. Let's change the subject, because clearly you're very uncomfortable talking about this. Let's go back to you.
Wanting to get with my brothers?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty
It was
gross.
the idea. I don't know either of them very well. It was just an idea. Anyways.
Just because you're into the idea of vampires.
August, I don't know what Gwen is saying, but I can hear you.
Shut up, vampire.
Gwen.
Fuck.
Gwen's like tricolored green eyes stare at you piercingly, Lucian, like shut the fuck up.
I don't
Wait, are we in
care.
the same area?
Your tricolored eyes don't scare me.
Look, if you want to have some lessons, just let me know.
Said you weren't inclined, then how are you going to teach someone about magic if you don't know it yourself?
I've done a lot of studying, and
Oh, good.
hey,
Books.
I grew up around a lot of magic users, alright? A lot of people with abilities far beyond your own, and believe it or not, I've actually helped some of them figure out their shit. Sometimes
Oh,
you just need to
thank you.
focus.
Makes me feel better. Good job, Gwen.
I just
Doing
am
what you
looking
always
to help.
did.
I am trying to help. Why?
I don't know. You're sitting here reading other people's minds to get blackmail on them. Leverage, I guess.
I need you to make
So-
a deception check.
You know what? Fuck you. I'm pretty good at these, so hopefully I roll well because I have a +10. Fuck, where did it go? 23. Fuck you.
Fair enough. Fine. Just to be clear, I didn't go into your brain. I wanted to give you that privacy. But the others I don't know, and I needed a little bit of, like, reassurance that they weren't going to, you know, kill me in my sleep or anything. I've never met any of them.
So you had to go into my brother's brain. That's great. And a princess, really? You're scared of the princess?
Well, first of all, I don't really have access to the princess's brain.
Oh,
Yeah, you will have noticed none of you feel
Not
connected to
connected.
Eleonora. Yeah.
I
She's
guess I
not-
just noticed that she's not in there.
Guess that says something about what kind of presence she occupies.
I don't know what that means.
If I could hear that, I'd be offended.
A little.
I'm just saying, is she a bit like I don't know, is she a bit on the prissy side, you know, kind of normal?
I'm gonna skin this woman alive.
She. I don't know. She and my brother get along.
Well,
So, I mean, I guess that's good. That they get along. She's fine. She's fine.
Hmm.
I think she's fine.
you seem very convinced.
I am extremely convinced that she's fine. She's fine. My brother likes her. She's fine.
You're having a really hard time saying the word fine, and you're saying it an awful lot for having so much trouble uttering the one-syllable word.
Well, you know, you might have your ways of blocking out people from getting into your thoughts, and so do I. She's fine.
I don't want to hear this conversation anymore.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go turn off my brain.
You know, my brother likes her, so that's good. It's fine.
Do you want to figure out how to guard this conversation a bit better before you say any more? Because he's been overhearing all of this.
No, what else would I say? This is what I think. Is that she's fine. She's cool and fine. And she her hair is nice and
Oh my
blonde.
god. You have a crush on her.
What? Is a complete no. She's fine. She's fine.
You know what? She is a bit of a looker.
That was not the thoughts underlying she's fine.
Okay, I did want to clarify. I figured your reaction would tell me all that I needed to know.
Don't act like you're smarter than me. I remember you in school. I had to help you in classes.
And
okay?
look at me now.
Yeah, I had to help you in history. History, right?
Okay, don't blame the whole history shit on me. All of us have our different strengths. There's actually this whole assessment of different types of intelligences that you can have.
No, now you're acting all big and mighty, like you're so smart, and you're smarter than me, and you know more than me.
I don't know more than you. I'm not saying that I know more than you. I'm saying I understand my intelligence now. It's helped me learn a lot more.
I may have not blossomed like you or anything, but I was definitely smarter than you when we were kids, and that is probably still true now. And maybe I didn't study after then, but I had other things going on. But you're, you know, I'm still very knowledgeable in things, and I certainly know important things. Not like cross stitch or some bullshit that my father, who I don't want to call my father, made me learn. It's
She comes, at this point she's like traveled over physically, and like sits on a crate next to you, and just kind of like, as you're rambling on, she kind of reaches out to your hand.
I'd like to walk over to August and give her a bottle of wine and then leave because she's stumbling over her words in her brain.
because she's trying to she's like clearly trying to fill her brain with
and
words.
I'm just gonna walk over, hand it to you, and then just leave without a word. I just like, you need this more than I do. There you go. And then I'll leave. And I'm gonna go hang out with someone.
August.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Snitch, who pissed himself earlier.
So Gwendolyn kind of comes over, sets her hand on yours, and kind of brushes a bit of her cropped hair behind her ear.
Good wine. This wine is good. I like wine, but I'm not an alcoholic.
Yeah, can I have some?
Something denial.
Can I have something? Can I have some?
I don't have glasses, no.
I don't mind drinking straight from the bottle if you do.
Oh. I want it all to myself?
So is her mind blocked to everyone else now? Because you did the whole mid-static noises, so I wasn't sure if it was blocked at this point.
No, it's not.
Me? That was just me making static.
Okay.
That was straight up
was...
her trying to make noises in her head so people couldn't hear her.
Okay.
She's like, I don't want people to hear my thoughts.
She kind of says, I can respect that, and then kind of retreats, and you almost feel like this sentiment of like wanting to hold your hand, but in the mind, you know, this kind of like mental point of like connection.
Yeah, see, August has never dealt with telepathy, so she doesn't know what people hear and what they don't, and she's trying to keep like a running narrative in her head so people don't notice anything below that because she doesn't know how deep it goes,
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
which is probably extremely obnoxious.
Yeah, I'm gonna go after talking with Snitch. I'm gonna go talk to my fiance to see if I can figure out how to quiet my mind, because meditation or something. Because I realize I have a problem that I've been ignoring that needs to be addressed. So we should not be listening to Lucian's thoughts.
Yeah. So she walks you through the meditation process, basically just focusing on the sensation. So as long as you're able to just kind of like quiet your breath and focus on the senses, then like that kind of shuts out. And after, go ahead and give me a wisdom check. 3. You guys, everybody in the connection, for a little bit of time, you feel like the tether to Lucian kind of like snaps. And you're like, wait, where the fuck did Lucian go? And then it like reassembles after like 2 seconds. And Lucian, you had 2 seconds of utter peace, but then right back to normal.
So during all of this that's happening,
Yeah.
Devarius is having a conversation within himself. His body is kind of just like staring over the edge, motionless, as nobody is in the front seat. They're all in the back of his mind, just having a conversation with each other, which is kind of just background noise for everybody who can all hear everybody's thoughts. But every now and then you'll catch a glimpse. They're just talking and discussing and trying to figure out what happened. But then this cut and then re-snap comes, and they're all they all catch up on it and instantly want to know how. So Lavian gets in the seat, and Devarius then goes looking for Lucian.
Okay. So you're able to kind of trade out the seats. There is a bit of control. You find that with the promise of someone else returning, the Myconid is happy to oblige the freedom of trading seats, essentially. As you go over and you go off to find Lucian, what do? Lucian, you just finished a meditation session with Elenara, and she goes outside. It's getting dark, close to the twilight hour.
Cool. So I will be more likely to be outside at this point.
Okay. Then perfect. As soon as he sees you, he'll walk up to you and excuse me, Lucian.
Yes.
What did you just do?
What?
You went silent for a moment. And what did you do?
I relaxed and focused on the sensations around me. I'm not very good at it, but it helped me to not think about things I really shouldn't think about.
Okay. Could it be permanent?
I have no idea.
Okay. Can we get everyone together and try it together?
We can... Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Mental
Whatever
connection.
we need to do to unconnect.
Mental. Hey everybody, yoga session right now. I don't say yoga session, but I was like, hey, we can try this disconnect thing. Meditation. Eleanor just showed me how to do it. I'm not very good at it, but it could work, maybe.
And can she share? Tell all of us what to do?
Yeah. So for the sake of time, because I do know it's getting late, I'm just going to briefly describe. First of all, does everyone attend? Meredith does not. All right. Does August?
Yes.
August attends. Gwendolyn also attends. Gwendolyn notes very intentionally sits next to you, August. And the Elenara begins to kind of talk you guys through. Go ahead and make a wisdom check, everybody.
If Meredith doesn't come, Devarius would like to go get her, but if we want to skip that for sake of time, that's totally fine too.
I think we have enough time for like if Devarius goes and seeks out Meredith. Yeah. Go for it.
Hold on, everyone. One moment, and he'll go down into the ships and just look for Meredith, and he'll even try in the mind. And when she's trying to hide.
Oh.
Do I need to contest?
Yeah, stealth check versus perception check, baby.
Or investigation.
Oh yeah, investigation and perception. I'll let you choose.
Yeah, it's a 12.
Yeah, Meredith with that 19. She is literally just melded into the darkness.
When he can't find her, he will cast. Hold on, let me make sure first that this does what I want it to do.
Locate person.
Locate an instant
Sure.
wave of his hand. We all back into that realm.
It doesn't do what I want, but that's okay. Instead, he will begin to cast Sending and just say, Meredith, we are gathering together. We may have a solution to healing everyone in our head. And he'll send it off and see if there's a response.
If I remember right, the sending spell requires you to speak the words out loud, right?
I think so.
Send a
yeah.
short
Yeah.
message.
It's a verbal component, so I believe so.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I'd say so.
So, Meredith, you have found this glorious hiding spot that's just between a few barrels and crates. It's like the perfect size and the perfect height to fully obscure you. You hear Devarius walk into the room, and you hear the twinkling of magic, and then him utter the sentence into the air, and then you hear it in your head about half a moment later.
She's sitting there. She was weaving, and also like her form of meditation, putting brambles around her mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She hears it. She doesn't respond, but she will try to slink out of the room with her stealth, kind of sticking to the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's hitting twilight time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She will slink out of the room and try to maintain her position up on the up in the crow's nest. Up on the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Then
stealth check, yeah, versus... Yeah, if you're moving, that's a full other check.
Yeah.
Round of checks.
16.
10.
You successfully sneak out. Devarius, you are unable to find her. Do you just return to the meditation circle, essentially?
Yep.
Awesome.
And I just let him know that I couldn't find her. And
All right.
sit down.
So as you all are meditating, everyone give me a wisdom check. Who is
19.
participating?
16.
11.
Would I still roll since I've been trying to do it for a bit?
I
Or
would
no.
I would say if you're trying to follow Elenara's way, you can. But if you, I would say, you've been intentionally doing that, and weaving is
Yeah.
something that is very therapeutic for you. So I would say, narratively, I don't need a roll from you. But if you were to specifically engage with Elenara's method, then I would say go ahead.
No, not at the moment. She's still up on the. She's just gonna stay on the crow's nest.
Mhm.
Watch.
Yeah, you guys, just to kind of shore up the narrative here, you guys have a to varying degrees of success. The DC is 15 essentially for achieving a degree of peace, if you will, a degree of separation, controlled separation from the other consciousnesses. Obviously, Gwendolyn like zaps right out, like almost immediately, but you can tell, like even just looking at her physically, you can tell she's not doing it the way that Eleanor is suggesting. But yeah, you all have that to varying degrees. Devarius, you in particular struggle, which also makes sense considering that you haven't figured out how to do that even within your own body and brain. So every once in a while you hear a tidbit from somebody else's mind that just kind of like drifts from the ether. But everybody else finds a degree of success. You're able to hold it for a few minutes, but it does eventually wear out. And Eleanor assures you that, you know, with practice and patience and time, you'll be able to maintain these states of protected consciousness. And as she ends this, you guys find the ship descending and creaking down towards the ground. The river, or rather the river nearby. Now, just outside of the city, kind of on the opposite side of the river, you see the docks, and then on the other side, there is this green, vaguely androgynous figure that is draped in these elegant, almost nature imitating garments in various colors, embroidered with gold and silver, and this gown just stretches out into the ground, and you don't know where, but somewhere the gown melds with the very grass and the very roots of the forest. And they look over to you all, and this very obvious spectacle just gestures hands to all of you, beckoning you forth. This ship descends. It sits in the water. The bone consuming generator kind of quiets a little bit. What little noise it was making recedes. What do you all do?
We have somewhere to be.
Yeah, what day is it?
It's twilight. It is now twilight. You guys are descending at twilight, and there's this green figure beckoning to you all. It won't take any time as far as you're concerned.
Is it the same voice?
Yes.
Meredith kind of slides down the mask.
Oh, there you are.
And she will kind of
Up in the air.
Yeah, like, are we in the air or are we landing?
You're in the water.
We just touched down in the water. We're out on the dock, the river dock now.
You guys have an option of whether you want to go to basically one side of the river or you want to dock at the regular dock.
I speak to Lucian, the painted maiden.
Well,
Are we going to talk to this fey creature? No. No.
I need to talk to her.
we need to.
Why?
You need. We need to, or do you need to?
Does she have anything to do with the head stuff?
I actually
Maybe.
believe so. She was
Then-
there when I was trying to disconnect everyone.
Yes, I think we should.
You all need time. And you can see this figure doesn't actually really, in this form, doesn't really have a mouth. It's more of like a glowing tree, if you will, with this kind of this vines for hair and these glowing multicolored eyes, long branch-like pointed ears that extend far beyond any normal mortal. It says, "You all need time, and I can give that to you."
What's the
No,
price?
thank you.
There is no price.
There's always a price.
Not when you are a
Exactly.
deity.
I'm a god?
Oh, my child.
Such a dumbass, Lucian.
No,
That was.
see, this just confirms what I was saying earlier. It's really depending on who you worship. And, you know.
You would get along wonderfully with a light heart. Have you ever thought of entering into clergy under a lista?
So, the thing is, clergy and myself currently aren't on good terms, I'd assume.
We don't. Yeah, we don't. No, thank you. It's kind of our stance.
Hasn't really been an upbringing thing for us, so.
She
I think we should check it out.
waves her branch-like fingers, and the water shifts, and the boat drifts closer to her side.
Well. Alright. Well, I don't have a choice now.
You know, we said no, so
Some of you said
no, thank you. Respectfully. Who said yes?
Oh, my child.
Yeah,
Meredith definitely did.
You don't know what's
Various
good
raises
for
a hand.
you.
You guys
Excuse me?
aren't in charge here.
There are many people in my life who's told me you don't know what's good for you, and some of them involved me being flayed alive. So, perhaps rethink what you're saying.
So you're saying you would not like to enter a realm of untold beauty and grandeur with nearly impossible amounts of wine flowing from the river, and
Sounds too
food
good to be
the
true.
taste of ambrosia?
Sounds too good to be true, and I find suffering does clear the mind.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. That's what
Well.
I'm saying. Go fuck yourself.
The suffering may
Bye.
be permitted if it is indeed what you seek.
I just this whole interaction, I just want to like high five August this whole time.
We're just sitting beside each other like siblings.
We're just like whack whack whack, high five, go again, high five.
Darius leans in towards Meredith just enough, and are they always like this?
Wes.
Only
Okay.
on the United Front.
Shall we?
August is also visibly drunk.
Oh yeah, I'm like, wait, how did you get to this? I didn't even notice how much you drank. Turns around, there's like 12 empty wine bottles. I'm like, I only gave you one.
You think Snitch didn't have more on the ship?
When did you become friends with Snitch?
He's a cool dude. I
Yeah.
feel like gays just find each other, you know?
How do you know Snitch is gay? Did you ask him?
Ooh. You didn't know.
Meredith, shall we?
This happens a lot between you and me.
Yes.
Do you remember when you told me you were gay? You were also drunk.
No, I actually don't remember.
As you
yeah.
guys are bickering, one branch reaches out towards Meredith. I welcome one child. And as you touch the branch, you find yourself floating, not needing to traverse a gangplank or anything, just to cross over. And this tear through the very fabric of a tree just splits and stretches open, and beyond is like this beautiful, vibrant realm of color. There are odd bits about it, and though you've seen kind of the darker side of the Feywild, this is something pristine and clearly not anywhere near where you live.
Yeah. Can I insight check this thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know from what everyone says, it's like this thing is like a deified fae kind of vibe, not
Mhm.
just not like an arch fae. It's more like godly.
I would say if you want, you can make a check to like identify for yourself, but it declares itself deific in nature, celestial.
18 insight, and I guess what would I know for about fae? Would I get advantage since I'm arch fae? But
Yeah.
probably not this type of.
I mean, you've done a lot of studying with Gethel, so I feel like maybe a history check would be best
History?
applied. Yeah.
11. This person is
She
literally
doesn't.
outside of my realm.
She doesn't seem to be lying, and they don't seem to come to your brain as an area of study you're proficient in.
Does more so than insight is more of is it trying to entrap me?
Oh no. It seems to be an open invitation, and like you get this feeling that they wish to return you
Okay.
to this very moment.
Okay. Meredith, yeah, she allows it.
Okay.
No, I wanna cast inflict wounds.
Oh
on the
God.
thing.
On who?
On the thing.
Okay.
The thing that is appearing as a god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay. Meredith, you find yourself
I don't
almost
want
at the door.
Meredith to
In
go
response.
into this weird thing.
In response, Devarius will cast Counterspell.
Oh shit! Oh shit! August, I want a picture
It's
of
only
this.
a level 1.
August, I want to see a picture of this though. Like, August, do you like run? No, like leaping over. What do you do? Give me a picture.
I don't think I'm agile enough to leap over right now, but no, I think I'm kind of still with Lucian, but I use inflict wounds to try to hurt the thing, because in my mind, I don't think it's some sort of god.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing it hurt will cause Meredith to rethink what she's doing right now, because I don't want to actually like inflict any damage on Meredith.
You can.
Oh, the wonders of your drunken mind.
I think inflict wounds is
Can we still
It's
hear
level
each
1,
other?
so it's an
because-
automatic. It's an automatic
we
counter
can't.
spell. Yeah, so like you don't have to roll; it automatically counters.
Right.
I will say, August, for context, it is like a little over a 5-foot gap between the edge of the ship and the shore, and the being is on the shore. So you would have to do some kind of like leap to touch them if that was your goal.
Oh, that is a touch. Shit. Okay, maybe
You got a range spell?
yeah, let's do Ray of Sickness, so it's the same
Okay.
level, so the counter spell still
Right.
works.
Do you say anything before going to cast it?
I think she probably thought she was gonna say something really cool, but nothing
Okay.
came out. Like she was like,
Aw.
nah.
Yeah,
So then-
the green sickly energy
No.
bolt and Devarius.
Yeah, as she forms this sickly energy bolt, Devarius kind of like steps almost in front of it and says, what would he say?
He says
yeah.
Which one
nothing.
is it?
Says yeah, just nothing is fine too, and
Yeah,
we'll just kind of send his own energies back at it, and it just recoils and dissipates.
Then I'm gonna go to August. You can cast magic?
Gwendolyn, Gwendolyn, like lets down all of her
Back to life.
barriers.
You do not know this entity. May not be the best idea to attack it.
It might be the worst idea to go into its other realm, Meredith. No.
August, you hear in your
Trust
mind.
these things.
You hear in your mind. I'll be back.
We don't know that.
I promise.
I'll go with her.
Fine.
It's fine.
I'm trying to look out for you, and
You do feel
fuck
like
me,
a
I guess.
fae.
So, whatever.
A
Say
fae
this out
influence
loud.
when she says "I promise." Kind of binding.
Well, fuck me too, I guess. Whatever. Nobody listened to me. I kind of have a bit of experience with this kind of thing, but whatever. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sell your soul to this thing.
A dragon?
Oh.
Looks at
You know what, Lucian? You didn't have to bring that up.
I mean, that's your experience, is it?
I
Devarius
feel like you're
will
degrading me.
kind of come over to the edge of the ship as well, almost like wanting to go as well, but not totally sure how to get there.
So first, the being addresses Meredith now at the gateway, the threshold, and says, "Your trust shall be rewarded. But you must know I cannot promise exactly what will happen, but that you will have the time that you so desperately need to reach your goals."
Ooh. Oh, she's so fucking curious and impulsive. She's just going to walk for it.
The
Can
portal
I throw a
swallows you.
book at the god?
Go for it.
Counterspell that, bitch.
The book kind of bounces off to the side and
I
is
don't-
like,
I'm gonna have to find.
A book?
Am I going into the phrase?
Can I slow fall the book?
no, I'm gonna let the book hit full force. The book
can't.
hits her on the side of the head, and they turn. It kind of like flutters off, and as it does, like the pages come to life, and like each become colorful and like flutter off and turn into birds, and they look at you and go, "Alista would like you too. Comical."
You think it's funny?
I'll let
I
her
don't.
know.
I don't. You're kidnapping Meredith.
She came of her own volition. At this point, she reaches out towards Devarius, the same vine branch-like hand pulling you across, you floating for the last bit of it, stepping to the threshold. You will also trust.
A hope, and Boris, as Devarius, is going to step up onto the branch, and is it opened yet?
Mhm.
Yeah, and he's going to turn around and face the two who are left, and he's going to say, "If he dies, he dies," and he's going to fall backwards into it.
The being looks to the two of you. You are welcome to stay.
I gave you my answer.
And Lucian does a backflip into the portal. No, I'm kidding.
Just a triple axle or something.
And I was like, yeah, so what exactly are we to you?
You are children touched by fate itself.
We're ants. If that's a god, we're ants.
Believe me.
Little insects crawling around that they can stomp on whenever they want.
I would like to think of you all more as queen bees. At least under my tutelage.
Hear that, Lucian? You're a queen.
Listen.
You're queen.
What is it? Glare at you. Talking. Listen. What is a god to a non-believer?
Nothing. And with that, Lucian, you can't see her anymore. August, you can.
And then I'm gonna turn to her like, yeah, I handled that well.
Eleanor is looking over at the thing and looking at you and is like kind of astounded by your reaction, but just is watching for now.
Like, all right, she's gone. What now?
No, she's still quite there.
Oh,
Looking at
okay.
me.
All right, so I just can't see her now or something? Invisibility isn't a new trick.
Yeah, loads of people know it. I could probably be invisible at this point. Got untapped magic. Not from a god, by the way. That I know of.
What's Eleonora doing?
Eleonora is really neutral. Of everyone in the group, of every NPC here, she really is truly neutral. I mean, there is a knowingness behind her eyes, and there is like this, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity kind of idea is what you catch, even with the mental barriers kind of down. Oh, no, she's not connected. She's kind of looking to you. And it kind of looks
supportive.
She's neutral. She's supportive of you. For a monk as well, they don't aspire to piety. So while this is a big deal, it would be a huge deal to the Fae and the elves. She doesn't have any of that heritage. So, and she's not a pious person. She's not a religious person.
Well,
So-
neither are we, but I think we have our own reasons.
I think you should give at least Meredith back. And maybe one of the Daves. Right now.
Give Meredith and one of the days. His name
Back.
is Darius. It's not Dave.
You're the one who called him Dave.
I couldn't remember his name at the time.
They'll return in their own time. Very soon, though. No worries. I imagine by morning.
Can I hear her?
No.
Okay.
No. We want them back now. If you can mess with time and you're a god, you can make them spend 100 years wherever they are and bring them back right now.
And she's talking right now? Or it's talking?
Oh, she's talking. I'm drunk.
Honestly,
Not,
this seems really immature.
true.
Honestly, it seems really immature for this aspiring god. Instead of talking to a person who just denies their existence and is trying to have a logical conversation, she just puts me on mute and speaks with a drunk person.
Did you hear that? He said aspiring god.
Lucian, only to you.
Very god.
As you've turned away from where the being was, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you shift over slightly and you actually see another figure. And this one is minute, only 3 feet tall, kind of tan-ish skin, more angled eyes, and much more humanoid looking, very scrawny, and just kind of is sitting there with a big old grin on their face, and She looks at you and is wearing a little bit of jewelry and carries some dice and says, I hear you're a fan of swindle stones.
Yes! Where did you come from? The yes was meta, sorry. I was like, well, you're a peculiar looking one.
Ah, yes. I am the Lightheart.
Hold on. Are you also a god? Lucian is not talking to it. Someone you
course.
can't see.
Of course. And, you know, I have to say, it's quite a pleasure seeing someone put old Nina in her place. I mean, really, this is quite hilarious. I'd love to have you back. Perhaps just a game.
What's the catch?
Oh, no catch. Just some
There's
good old times.
There's always a catch, especially. in
There's never a
Swindlestone.
catch when you're playing Swindle Stones.
There's always a catch when you're playing Swindle Stones.
So you know how to play.
Of course I know how to play. I taught you, Cal.
She says, well, let's play a game.
Then what's your wager? I'm now gambling with an invisible person.
She sits down at the table and sets out the dice and says, I think your soul.
No.
Gotcha.
No. You have nothing
Oh,
to offer
come
me
now.
You have nothing to offer me that's worth my soul.
How about immense power?
Power?
You needed to defeat that nasty uncle of yours.
There's a right way to do things.
You're a god, just killed the Baron. I can't hear her.
Well,
I mean, you just...
my time is running short here, so I need you to make a decision.
Listen. I understand what you're doing, and I do appreciate the offer, but nothing is worth my soul.
Oh, time's up. Fancy little thing they're making in the future. And that with that, she vamps out of existence.
Yeah, see, there's no catch. I just want to play a game. What are we gambling? Soul. See, I just wanted to play Swindlestones. A few extra gold would have been nice.
August is gone.
Yeah, I'll turn around. Where's August?
August climbed over the side and down, like on the ladder, because she's gonna fight this god. She's got a rapier. She's ready to go.
Drunk August. Fighting
Drunk
a god.
August climbing down the side of the ship to go fight a god.
You climb down the side of a ship, take your rapier, you go to stab her, and you just kind of end up like whacking and whacking and whacking to no avail. As you're doing so, there's this like generous, almost motherly laughter that fills the space, and you feel yourself being grabbed by a branch hand.
Fine, I get it. I can't hate you.
Wait, so is she just floating in my perception? August
Yeah,
just starts floating?
yeah, she's just floating. Yep. Tell you what, I am very invested in all of you.
I'm trying to get out of the branch hand.
She says, it's very clear that if I were to take you with me, it would not be conducive to anything positive. And leaves you, like, lets you on the ship and says, well, with that, I'll bid you all farewell. May we meet again in...
Meredith and Devarius?
Well, I have to teach them.
You know what? Fine. Go ahead. I didn't know Devarius, and Meredith is kind of a bitch, so whatever. Don't care about them anyway. She's kind of scary. Gave me nightmares.
They're fine. They're fine.
And Devarius has like 8 people in his head.
You like to talk a lot. I'm going to go.
She left yet?
With that, she enters the portal, which closes. Shh.
She's gone now.
All right, mine left too.
Do you think they're really gods?
No.
Me either, thank God.
No, I think they're just the beings of a higher power that, higher power or attain power and play God.
At this point,
just like.
I mean, anyone could become an immortal and then gain some sort of mythic power, and then
Right, like you did.
At this point, you guys hear the voice of somebody like coming up from the ship. Is like, hey, let go of me. And August, the voice sounds vaguely familiar. And fighting up on board, crop top, scrawny haircut, off in this like slight curly cue to the side, is Amethyst saying, "Let go! I just wanted to see what you all were up to."
Oh my God.
And with that, we'll go ahead and end session.
Good, we have a stowaway.
Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next week.
Ta-ta.